Hi, my name's Hayley and I've been on hormones for 5 whole months now. It's really crazy, like I can't believe how long I've been on hormones. It feels like I've barely started, but also like feels like I've been on it quite a long time. There hasn't been too many crazy developments in my body recently, but I have actually now got my blood test, my first blood test since starting hormones. I have both. I've got my latest ones and my old ones. So I thought I'd like share my results and sort of do a compare and contrast. Just a disclaimer, I am not a medical expert and I don't know anything about biology or science or really anything at all about anything. Don't take these results as gospel. I have had my NHS GP tell me that my bloods are basically fine. The only thing was that my vitamin D levels were low, but it is also the middle of winter. I mean, look how pale I am. I'm sat out of frame with an electric blanket wrapped around myself, it's that cold. So I'm not too worried about my vitamin D levels being low. Let's get started. I've written down in terrible handwriting my results on the back. I'm going to switch to the side so I can have some graphics come up. So my testosterone, before I started hormones, was 18 mole, which is nanomoles a litre. After like 4, not quite 5 months on hormones, we're now down to 14. So it's gone down by about 22.5%, is that? Most people have their bloods at 6 months, but I had a bit of an issue with my hormones and getting my prescription. I did these bloods at 9 a.m. in the morning before I'd taken any of my medication. Even without taking my medication like recently, my testosterone levels are still dropped. Estrogen, or should I say Estradiol. Before starting hormones, I was 69, hilarious, 69 p mole, and now I'm at 110, which is basically gone up double. That's probably not too surprising considering that I'm basically just putting estrogen in my body that my body wouldn't normally make. So I've gone from 69, I keep saying 69, I know someone's going to comment something stupid. Basically, it seems like my blood levels now are like a man with high estrogen, which I guess is what I am in reality. Like I say, I'm not a medical expert. I don't know anything about anything. But to me, if the testosterone's gone down and the estrogen's gone up, it's doing exactly what I wanted. I had quite a funny phone call with my GP. They rang me. She's like, oh, hi, blah, blah, you know, we've got your blood results. Your vitamin D's low. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And she was like, are you on any medication at the minute? Yeah, I am on medication at the minute, like because your hormone levels are quite unusual. Yeah, that's purposeful. I'm trying to do that. Oh, it's not on our records. What do you mean it's not on your records? What do you think the blood test for? You're doing a blood test. You've done 2 blood tests now for me. I guess apparently you can just go into NHS GPs and walk in and say, can I have a blood test? And they'll just give you it. My GP apparently didn't really know I was on hormone therapy, which is even weirder because I actually have 1 month prescription that my GP gave me. What do you mean you don't know what medication I'm on? You give me the medication. I wasn't feeling very feminine earlier in my face, but I feel like my face is filling out a bit actually. I just feel like here and here. I notice it a lot when I'm shaving. Skin isn't quite where it used to be. You're definitely feeling some changes on my face. The one thing I've noticed a lot recently is like my skin feels very soft. When I'm like just like, you know, scratching my back and just rubbing, you know, put like a nice little hand on your back, little comfort. It just feels a lot softer. Let's talk about genitals, because everyone loves to talk about that. It's the most popular parts of all of my videos when I talk about my bits. I can't remember if it was my last video or if it was the one before that. I remember saying that I thought I'd weed the bed overnight as like a side effect of hormones. So the other day I actually did weed the bed. This is really gross. I'm half asleep and I felt a bit of a like pressure, like just sensation in my penis. But in my half awake mind I was like, oh, it must just be some morning wood, like nod back off to sleep. Anyway, I very quickly realised actually it wasn't. I was actually slowly weeing. Yeah, that's ideal. That I'm now weeing the bed. But yeah, also recently I feel like I've been getting gendered correctly a little bit more. One of the weirdest moments recently was I went to Tesco. I was wearing like, I hadn't shaved, I had like a big woolly hat on, big coat. I was just like hungover, marching down the street. Someone stopped me. And it was one of them people who hands out like the alt-right newspapers. It's like, COVID is fake, Donald Trump, this on their front. Darling, here's this. And I'm like, you can't be talking to me. Miss, here's you, take this. And I'm like, so I took it off him. So I carried this alt-right paper all the way back to my house. Because this man, this random bloke had gendered me correctly. And I was like, oh my, lady. It's like being told off at work or hearing about something at work. It's like, oh yeah, Hayley, she's this, she's that. It's like, oh, she's shit at her job. Oh my God, stop flirting with me. Next week, I am booked in for my first session of laser hair removal. It's costing me like £500 for 6 sessions, but fingers crossed I'll just get rid of all of this hair. Fingers crossed it all goes well. It should go well. I know it's very expensive and I shouldn't really be forking out for it because I don't really have the money, but I think it'll just improve my life like considerably. It's like one of my biggest things. Basically, all my dysphoria is like here, beard, hair, I don't know, just general, my side profile, which I hate. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of updates. Like, I don't want to keep reiterating the same stuff like, oh, my boobs are growing. Like, all the other things that I've said before about my boobs, my general outlook are basically it's always improving. On my last video and my last video before that, I got lots and lots of really nice comments from people. I just want to say, like, I do really genuinely appreciate it. Like, there were some really nice ones. I know I always plug, like, my Patreon. Not everyone can support me financially. I can barely support myself financially. You know, even just putting a nice comment or liking and subscribing, like, it goes a long way. Someone said that I was a really good representative of the trans community, and that meant a lot to me. I know I swear in my videos and I talk about willies and boobs, but, you know, I'm just trying to be honest, and I want to portray, like, a realistic, this is my life as a trans woman transitioning on my own money. I live on my own. You know, my family are not very supportive at all, if they even still speak to me. It's just me. It's me and you against the world. Like, I've sort of lost my train of thought. I can't remember what I was on about. Something about hormones, I reckon I was talking about, because that's all I talk about. It was just my birthday. I've just turned 25. Feel free to put in the comments how I look so young. Everyone, please put the comments that I look 18. But yeah, I had a bit of an argument with my dad on my birthday night, which is very nice. And it just really made me just think that, like, life's not about, like, some sort of competition of who's got the most money or the best job. All of my friends, you know, I love them to bits. My friend Izzy made me a really nice note and a card, and I was just crying all the following morning. I was a bit hungover. I feel like half of my stories end or start with, I was a bit hungover. But yeah, no, I do really appreciate it, and thanks a lot for sticking by me. I'm trying my best. Okay, I'm going to stop the video now before I start crying or something, but yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this really depressing video where I talk about my feelings and start crying. If you want to support my content, this is my Patreon. We're now down to 3 patrons. Absolutely dwindling support. But no, I really do appreciate it. Actually, well, let's keep the patrons up for a bit longer. There you go. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. And I will see you soon. Bye. So, do you remember I can't remember if it was the last... I can't remember if it was... I can't remember if it was... I can't speak. I can't remember if it was...